Hey, what's up, you guys? Thanks for watching another video, man. It's your boy James, aka Samaj the Guy. Y'all already know what it is, baby. By the title of the episode, y'all already know what you're getting today, man. So let's go ahead and get into the video. So, mental health issues, man. Like, this has been coming up way more and more, especially since the whole Black Lives Matter things has been going on. Just different things in the world has been going on where we've tried to hide more and more realities that we've been having going on in our life and things of that nature, man. But I just feel like it's better. Well, it's not just better, but it's just easier and easier when you have more and more people talking about it. And I know I'm not necessarily somebody who's at the top of a lot of YouTube suggestions or things of that nature, man. But when you have somebody in my position who can reach out just to the few people that I am connecting to on this basis right now, I know I'm doing some good somewhere, somehow, man. So, like, previously, before, now, and it kind of probably still is that same way a little bit. Why has there been like so much negativity towards mental health? Like, where exactly in society, where exactly in the timeline of events do we get to be like in the backyards in our own communities and things of that nature, thinking that having our own mental health was like kind of a bad thing or like wasn't cool or something like that, man? I'm just trying to figure it out because for me, honestly, I know things that I've been going through, and it hasn't been like super hard depressive levels or things of that nature, but I've had my many anxiety moments and things of that nature, and every now and then, you know, I'm always in my head. Like, if you know me truly at all, you know I'm always in my head, and I'm overthinking things all the time, and I'm second guessing a lot of different things that I do, and it's not just life things, it's school things as well. And that stuff that's kind of like tripped me up, and then other things that hasn't like totally messed up my life, but it's made me dial back into things where I know I shouldn't have dialed back or whatnot, and I should be way more in my natural train of thought for a lot of different things, man. So everybody is going through something. But like I was saying, for me, I know I'm dealing with something on my own, but it hasn't been something to where it's so heightened to where I need to broadcast it out to the world. But I've already understood that that's part of my overall health as well, and that I need to take care of myself mentally. And that just comes with eating the right type of foods, working out as well, and then just taking those days off. And I need to take a day off or 2 days off to get myself straight, man. Deeply decompress from everything that's been going on in the world and get myself back right. So there should be no type of negative energy at all towards doing things like that. We all have our people who we trust and that we want to tell things, and they can help us with that as well. But we all need our moments when we need time to ourselves. You should never feel ashamed about that. And you should always want to seek out those moments where you know you're going to get a chance to really sit down, be by yourself, gather your thoughts, really deconstruct the things that you know are bad or whatnot, and really try to elevate yourself to a higher level of sense. And try to do it in the best way possible. For me, man, it's simple. And like my generation and kind of like the generation before, man, whatnot, man, we're really good at this, and we really understand where we are in our lives sometimes. I mean, we don't always get it right because nobody ever gets it right every time, but we truly understand where we are in our lives sometimes, man. And for me, it's simple. Like I said, we're not our parents, we're not our grandparents, we're not our great-grandparents as well, man. Like, we have to take everything that we're gaining right now and like monitoring and letting come into our lives and filtering and things of that nature and like take it to another level. Like, we all have different things that we feel like should be worked upon and accessed from and elevated and improved and changed and like deformed and like deconstructed and like rebuilt over again. And mental health is one of those things. Like, we have to get this thing really serious going on with our own communities, our own generation, getting the idea that going to the doctor, just for regular life checkups, it's a major plus, man. And having things like affordable health insurance and things of that nature, and realizing when you need time to be able to talk to somebody to get some issues off of your chest, off of your heart, or off of your mind. Like, there's no time for us to sit back and drink our sorrows away or smoke our sorrows away or things of that nature. I understand those are good things, and like we can do that in pleasure and in joyous times or whatnot. But in the serious matter of fact of things, when we decompress those things and like level them off and make it seem like we'll be fine all the time, those are the things that start to build up in our heads. Those are the things that start to build up in our body with bad chemistry and things and whatnot. And that's what really gets us to those moments when we have our breaking points and when we actually do go off on people and certain things. I know for me, something that I struggle with myself is wanting to build up type of anger and aggression instead of trying to level it off here by here, and like talking to people more about what it is that pissed me off, or what it is that like kind of ticked me off in a certain way and made me kind of, you know, get a little bit of angry at them, or have to start those feelings and emotions about whatever they did in a negative fashion. And so I'm pretty sure other people might deal with certain things like that, but it's like just the little things that I know that I can improve on will like no longer be able to plague me down the road. Like, it's a long run game with me. It's a long run game. Like, it's always a marathon. And I know it starts right now. And it starts with trying to help people, even in high school times as well, get to a better mind track. So that way, when we're all in our 40s, when we're all in our 50s, when we're all in our 60s, we're not dealing with something like this. And it's not affecting our kids as well, and possibly our grandkids down the road too. So it's got to start with us, man. And we got to be able to push everything forward exponentially, and move things along in a certain fashion to where everybody's catching the wave and everybody's riding along and feeling good about riding along too, and making sure that this is not another trend or another movement as well, but that we're always hitting the ground running with something and always having something go on till we know it's actually going to impact people in the right way and start to bring everybody else closer together, man. Not gonna lie, man, like I already said some stuff before that was already on my notes. And a lot of things, especially if you know me at all, you know some of the stuff that I say is kind of contradictory to things. But it's like I just played my hand a little too early, you know. I foreshadowed into what I was going to talk about. And I didn't really want to do that. But anyway, man, like understanding that everybody goes through something is the main thing here, really. Like, I know a lot of people who I've gone close to over the years, or just different interactions with people, like might have been going through something of that nature. And a lot of people don't even want to broadcast even those things or tell just anybody, period. And those are things that really get at me and kind of eat at my soul, because it's like, what if they didn't tell me, or what if they didn't tell somebody else, and things of that nature, man. Like, how could that really have affected them, let's say like a month later or like 2 months later and things like that? We really have to sit down and realize that everybody is going through something, and just because nobody's going to tell you like blatantly and directly doesn't mean something isn't going on with themselves. Everybody has different modes and different means and fashions into way that they disseminate information and let people know what it is that's going on in their lives. And a lot of times people aren't safe and trust the world with knowing things about themselves because they feel like nobody's actually going to be able to help, or nobody's actually going to even take them serious. And we've got to get to the notion and point in our lives where we're taking everything serious but not everything too serious. There's two different levels here, man. Like, taking things serious is like taking into acknowledgement, having a conversation about it, wanting to check up on people here and there, you know, not being too pressing, but, you know, showing people that you're there for them, showing people that you care and you want to comfort them whenever they need the comfort. Being like overly cautious, too serious about it is like always asking about it, doing things that you didn't even ask about should be cleared or whatnot, and different things of that nature. And like, I think a lot of people are kind of stuck in between being like not worried at all and being like too overly worried and things of that nature. And like, we got to find that nice happy medium, because we honestly need that for ourselves too. And if we're acting in a certain way to where we're turning off other people, there's going to be nobody around to help us as well, man. But it really starts with ourselves too. Like I said, we all have something going on, and we all need to start to realize and look ourselves in the mirror and figure out what it is that we have going on and what it is that we know we can try to help ourselves with first, and then help other people as well, man. It's like another thing I'll say on my like social medias or whatever, man. Like, being selfish to a certain extent is good all the time, because we have to get ourselves right in order to help other people and get them right as well, man. This is all a team effort, but if we're not all individual players and at the best levels of ourselves, there's no way we can always help the team, man. So we got to help each other and understand that our mental health is a priority as well. This is a big thing right here, man. And I know it's not something that I probably say enough or say in a large enough spaces, honestly, but if you really know me, and you know, and my sisters especially, man, like, you just know how I feel. But my next point, man, is like, women shouldn't be the only one holding up the struggles of the world, like in any capacity, especially for black women and the black community, man. Like, there comes a time and a point in our lives to where we understand we have to own our own struggles, own our own messes, own our own mistakes, and be able to fix it ourselves. We can lean on people, we can ask people for help, we can ask people for guidance and things of that nature, but we should not be putting out everything on our women and dishing out stuff on them and thinking they can always handle everything that comes their way. That's not why they were created here, man. And we weren't created here to be the problem all the time either. There's a fine balance and an in-tune situation for all of us that we have to realize what it is that we need to be doing in this world and in our lives. And not understanding how we affect other people around us is something that just has to go away, man. Like, we really have to be in tune with ourselves and understand when we have to take some of the burden or most of the burden in certain issues. And like, it's sad, honestly, that you have more and more women on all platforms talking about different things, especially the black women on the YouTube and social media, different platforms that I've been seeing or whatnot, and just other people like Reese Shannon and whatnot talking about those different things, especially at times like this right now. You have our own women talking about not really wanting to support the movement as a whole because black men themselves aren't doing their part and aren't up to standard, man. Like, that has to change, honestly. And there's not enough guys who want to promote women equality and like trying to balance out things of that nature. And I know I fall short sometimes in that area because, like I said, I haven't said it enough. I haven't tried to fight enough to where I know that I'm not like overbearing in that sense, but that I'm just helping aid the cause, because I know black women are going to take the lead themselves. It's just more people like me and more like-minded individuals who know what's right and what's wrong need to start to help with them taking that mantle and just really start to educate other men and other guys and other little boys and get them to realize that, hey, like, we are all in this thing together and we're not in this thing to degrade anybody at all and to make them feel like everything has to come onto their shoulders, because that's not how it works, man. We all have to hold each other up and hold equal, if not more, of the different burdens and loads that are going on in life, especially when we create them ourselves. It doesn't work like that, man. Like, it doesn't add up, honestly. And for me, I'm always somebody who likes to sit back and, you know, take notes and take in things and just be a student of life. And something that I would encourage a lot of people to do, man, is honestly just sit back and listen to your women around you. Listen to other women who's talking and things of that nature. Watch some black girl YouTubers, even if you don't like watching a whole bunch of watching a whole bunch of girls talk about different things and whatnot. But it's always good to get educated on any type of front and anything like that. And black women out here are some of the best educators, if not the best educators that I know myself personally. So I'm always going to take notes. I'm always going to take things into my own personal hands to figure out what it is that I need to learn and what it is that I need to know. Especially when I have 3 sisters and women in my life who are important to me and who I know that I need to be trying to uplift and help them throughout any struggles and things that's going on in their lives instead of making it worse, man. So we honestly have to get past that point and get to a better and higher place of thinking on our end to be able to help our black women, man. And adding on to that, man, like, for men, especially black men ourselves, we have to learn how to embrace our emotions more. That's something I honestly been preaching a lot on the different things that I've been doing, especially on my podcast and things of that nature, man. But we have our own emotions, we have our own feelings and things of that nature that we need to start taking into consideration when we're doing things. Like, that is a part of life. That's a part of how you interact with people. That's a part of who you are. It's in your DNA, honestly, man. Like, for me, I know I'm really strong with my emotions or whatnot, but I'm very in tune with them. I don't let them get out of whack, or I don't completely neglect them. But I know a lot of different guys don't have those conversations, and for me, I have them mainly with other women in my life, but I need to start having it more with the men in my life and different things of that nature. Like, you have to be able to talk about different things as a man, as a guy, as a male, honestly, because I don't feel like I'm necessarily at manhood quite yet. But I'm getting there, I'm progressing there. But as a male, you have to talk to other males and then other men to figure out the different things that's going on in your life and figure out if there are similar situations and things or whatnot that's going on before you are at the same time as you. Once we're able to all understand each other better, we can understand ourselves better as well. But we have to be willing to be able to open up to those different things and those different conversations. And that's something that I honestly want to do all the time. Push the forefront out for more conversations, more issues, more debates, more panels, and more discussions overall in that sense, to be able to help everybody along, man. And like for me, it's something you're just gonna get from now on. Like, we should be embracing our emotions more and more and more, and be able to be comfortable in our own selves and how we feel about different things, man. And my last point here is, I probably should have tied in just more with the last part of that conversation or whatnot, but like, being vulnerable for whoever you are and expressing yourself is a strength. Whenever you're trying to tell somebody how you feel, what you feel, when you feel it, where you feel it, and they're not understanding, isn't your problem, isn't a weakness. It's a strength, because you know you're able to be true to yourself, and that you're trying to help those people around you, help you understand yourself better. We have to shift that mindset off of thinking that being vulnerable and opening up and things of that nature isn't cool or whatnot. Because for me, it's really like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it feels so good to know that I can confide in someone else, and that they can confide in me as well, and trust me enough to know that I'm not going to judge them and not going to treat them badly in a certain fashion because they're doing that to me and to help themselves. We all have to be here for each other, and that's something that we should be seeing more honestly, because it's like, that helps us build ourselves up. That helps us build our own character and things that we're not, when we're open and when we're sharing what it is that we're struggling with, or what we think that we have an issue with, man. So don't ever let anybody feel like that's something bad, or you shouldn't be doing that with them, or like it's your problem, because it's not at the end of the day. You're just trying to help yourselves, and you're trying to help them help themselves realize what they need and what they should do around you as well, man. So continue to be open, continue to be vulnerable, and continue to express yourself, because it's a strength. It's never at all a weakness, baby. And with that, you guys, thanks for watching another video. Y'all already know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, share with anybody that you think should catch value with this, share it on whatever you think is cool to share it on and things of that nature, man. But honestly, probably gonna get more and more talks like these, and hopefully probably just a little in-depth like conversations or whatnot, and probably more outside things with like help sessions and panel discussions or whatever, man. But like, I'm always here to try to help any and everybody that I can, and push and move the actions forward that we know should be moved forward, man. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and y'all keep doing y'all thing.